when I landed at my grandmother's place, one of my uncles came with a shiny-like equipment, which told us it's solar, and it's supposed to produce electricity. Actually, this was the village wonder back then, and it was just a small panel, which I later came to learn it was 40-watt solar panel. So it's very exciting where these days a very small panel can generate good amount of power.
They used to be afraid of surface area to volume ratio. Is that applicable in that scenario?
No, that is chemistry. You're in physics.
Sorry, my bad.
In 2014, I couldn't monitor my grandmother's solar system from Nairobi.
I still don't.
Right now, you have the capabilities. In solar, everyone can have his own system. That's why we are getting national grid failure. Because you're all intertwined in one system. I foresee in future where blackouts will be something of the poor people, or blackouts will be, mark my words.
Do you think we can create a car that the full body is solar? Thank you guys for staying tuned and waiting for this episode patiently. We are back again with Bonnke Mulaama, our sustainable evangelist, and our Be Our Best. Yes, currently the topic has become Be Our Best. We changed the foundation's name or brand. Sorry for that. Be Your Best Foundation. Welcome again on board. Maybe for someone who didn't watch our first episode on Be Your Best, you may just introduce yourself. And for someone who did watch our first episode on episode 1 on Be Your Best with Bonnke Mulaama, please go watch that episode. You will learn something, and also you will understand him more. Welcome, Bonnke.
Thank you very much to be here in the AI Chemisphere. My name is Bonnke Mulaama. Professionally, I'm an energy engineer, currently pursuing my master's in energy technology. And for my passion, I'm the managing director at Be Your Best Foundation, which is a hub of young professionals where we meet, network, and share ideas. So the other discussion, we talked about me being in Be Your Best, and I want to now unfold why I earned the title the Sustainable Evangelist.
Welcome, the Sustainable Evangelist. John the Baptist. Baptize us to green energy, what green energy is, and why is it important for us to adopt green energy measures. And before we get to why is it important to us, let's ask, why is it important to you? What inspired you to selectively join the energy sector?
Yeah, my journey in the energy sector started way back then. I think my first interaction with green energy was most likely in Form 2, where I came back from holiday, and from high school holiday, I used to go for holidays at my grandma's place in Kakamega. So when I landed at my grandmother's place, one of my uncles arrived from Nairobi, which is the capital city here. And people coming from the capital cities, they come with goodies. And he came with a shiny-like equipment, which told us it's solar. And it's supposed to produce electricity, And me being at Form 2, I wasn't able to understand what is my uncle saying. But he had seen the connection being done somewhere, and so he had the solar panel and some car battery there, where through the muscle memory we are able to connect one thing to the other, and at the end of it all, we were able to light up my grandmother's home. Actually, this was the village wonder back then, and it was just a small panel, which I later came to learn it was 40-watt solar panel, but it used to light my grandmother's home until I think 9 p.m. is where the battery could deplete. So people used to come and wonder, this house in the middle of the village is It was a wonder. People go, how are we able to now light it up? And my interest now in green energy, I think, developed then, and I started putting a keen interest in renewable energy, specifically solar energy. And when I came out of high school, I think fate directed me to renewable energy. And when I studied renewable energy, I tended to align with solar energy compared to all the other green energies, such as hydro, biogas, wind energy technology. And for the past 4 years, I've been actively pursuing green energy, specializing in solar technology.
Yeah, so you're really passionate about solar energy, and I see that you lived in the pre-colonial era. Was it pre-colonial? Which year was that when the village was excited for solar energy? And that era you lived is kind of unfolding now in many homes in the world. Now that we are talking about climate change, and we're also pushing towards the SDG in 2030. So we are working towards making more renewable energy systems around us and within us. And what are some of the exciting trends on renewable energy or circular technology right now that you're excited to tell us today?
Yeah, I'm usually excited to talk about solar every day.
Okay.
Every day, anytime.
I see we are starting a channel. We are starting a channel on solar energy so that we capture you every day.
I solar.
Okay, I solar.
Yeah, so I think solar is very interesting. As I said back in 2014, when we were installing this 40-watt solar panel, it was quite big. And we were actually connecting it to an old car battery, which could not sustain us throughout the night, but it was enough for us to do some few things in between 7 to 9 there. But right now, when you check the solar panels, they're actually the sizes have actually reduced, whereby back then a solar panel of 2 by 1 meters squared, a 2 meters squared panel.
2 meters.
Yeah, a 2 meters squared panel.
What
Are
can
you getting the 2 meters squared?
Yes, 2 meters is too long.
No, 2 times 1.
Yes, 2 meters. Yes.
2 times 1.
Yeah, I'm barely 2 meters. No, I'm almost. Let me not talk about my height. But I'm barely 2 meters. You mean a whole me is a battery?
Yes. No, a panel, solar panel.
Oh, yeah. It's a panel. Oh, yes. Yeah.
So a solar panel of 2 meters squared was about 100 watts. 100 watts.
What?
Yes. But right now, the same size, 2 meters squared, is a panel of about 600 watts.
What changed?
The efficiency. Whereby, in a small area, you're able to harness more power from the sun.
Yeah.
Back then, with a large surface area, you get little, but right now, with a small surface area, you get very much.
They used to be afraid of surface area to volume ratio. Is that applicable in that scenario?
No, that is chemistry. You're in physics.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm skipping into a wrong career. Let me go back.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's very exciting where these days a very small panel can generate good amount of power, because when you talk about 300 watts, it's something that you're able to watch your TV, radio, something. So the sizes are actually going down, and actually they are now portable. They are now portable systems that if you have a camp outside there, you can carry solar panels that are foldable, a battery pack that has wheels that you pull along to your camping, or you have a crusade. I think the other Christian evangelists.
The religious evangelists.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's very exciting, and another thing whereby artificial intelligence has now been incorporated to solar systems.
How?
Yeah, I was expecting you to ask me how.
How?
So, if I have in 2014, I couldn't monitor my grandmother's solar system from Nairobi.
I still don't.
Right now, you have the capability to.
Okay, you'll show me
Whereby,
ways.
yeah, whereby I'm able, at the comfort of my phone, I'm able to monitor the generation of a solar system at my grandmother's home,
Wow.
even overseas. So all the devices are connected through the Internet of Things. I could be able to check the condition of my panel, diagnose my inverter, make some settings here and there, as long as my inverter is connected to the internet.
The Internet of Things is the channel for all this connection. Or how am I, if I am having a solar at my home,
Yes.
how am I able to get all this
monitor.
data? Yeah.
So it acts like, what can I say? The internet. So the internet is connecting that solar system back at my grandmother's home, with me also accessing the internet. So we are connected through the satellite.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm able to get the generation at this time at maybe
Noon.
noon. Now noon. I could, at the comfort of my phone, I could check my grandmother's system is producing 5 kilowatts. And not only that, I could check multiple systems at one application, as long as they are from the same brand. Check my grandmother's home, my mother's home, my own house, my friend's house. As long as I commission them and they are commissioned into the monitoring softwares that we have, we're able to monitor that. And it's very exciting where it has actually revolutionized green energy, where when vendors are able to install for you systems that you're able to pay monthly payment or after a period. So in case of defaultment, it acts like how the token is functioning. If you don't pay for your electricity, they can switch off. I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing, but now the installers can actually switch off your inverter if you default payment. You should know, the people, the upcoming defaulters, you're in trouble.
We won't default. In the previous video, we learned how to manage our finances. So I'm sure viewers, we know how to manage our finances. We won't default.
Yeah, I think the installers are smiling when I'm saying this.
Are you paid?
No.
Is it a partnership?
I'm an evangelist, which means I'm doing it for grace.
Okay. Okay, for God bless you. For us, we will chase you away. We won't be your customers. So, you're talking about how artificial intelligence has really changed the game on solar energy. Just got me surprised and got me placing my second vote for artificial intelligence again. I'm looking at it as not only in chemistry but also in other fields of science. Artificial intelligence is shining and shining brighter. So these advancements are coming in with also challenges. And what challenges do you face in this solar energy era, and how do you address them now as an evangelist?
Yeah, actually, that's a very good question. It now explains why I'm actually going towards evangelizing about sustainable energy. Most of the time back then, we used to install, most of our clients are actually laymen. Someone who has only heard about solar, but has never actually interacted with solar.
Okay.
So for this person to actually know that I have to manage my energy consumption during the night so that my battery can stay longer, it becomes hard for someone who is layman and doesn't understand how solar works to actually fully or optimally utilize the solar system.
Mm-hmm.
So you get most of the people right now are, it is like a gold rush.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is rushing to buy solar and install because solar are more accessible. If you go to your nearest local market, chances are when you're buying your nyanya and kitungu, beside there is someone selling solar panels, and that person maybe has no background on energy.
Mm-hmm.
Is just selling it for the purpose of making profit. So since they are now affordable, most of the people can afford a panel here and there. We get people are just acquiring solar panels and putting them in their homes. And 6 months down the line, you're complaining, hey, I thought this could reduce my energy demand. I thought I would save, but it turns out there is no significant difference. So people are actually going into solar, buying solar, but they don't know how to effectively use this solar. So I sat down. I don't know. It came about after a period of thinking and kujiita mkutano here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually talked to my maker also. And I think I got this good insight to actually start explaining and teaching people about solar. And not only solar, about living in utilizing green energy, and it will contribute to a sustainable future. So because I was talking and about solar a lot of time, I found a lot of people calling me a preacher or an evangelist, and because also my name Bonnke is I got it from a renowned evangelist called Bonnke, is the late, and people are actually connecting me to a preacher or an evangelist. So I decided, why anytime I introduce myself, my name is Bonnke. The next reply I got was, are you an evangelist?
Oh.
So I decided, let me utilize this. I'm already introduced. People already know Bonnke as the evangelist. So instead of reinventing the wheel, just modify. So anytime someone asks me, are you an evangelist? I'll say, yes, I'm a sustainable evangelist. And that ignites the conversation. What do you mean by sustainable evangelist? So I get within 2 minutes, 5 minutes, I leave this person more educated about renewable energy, about solar, and about how we can effectively utilize the green energy that we have, the free energy from the sun, to save financial savings and promote green environment.
Okay. You talking about your brand, Sustainable Evangelist. I am so a follower of that because literally when someone talks about solar energy, my first click will be Bonnke. You remember Bonnke from campus? My brain will be going back to Bonnke because I remember meeting someone who was really invested in solar. At that time it was you, and you were really doing a lot about solar. I remember doing that project on tree planting, and now it is solar that is bringing all these things together. So you should be proud that your name as the evangelist is growing. I hope I get mine soon. You should be telling me. You should be telling me names to use to build my brand. Yeah. So now why should we focus on solar energy? I know we have a lot of methods around green energy. Okay, just before you mention why we should focus on solar energy, you've mentioned green energy, green energy, green energy, and you're like, solar is not green. What is green energy?
Yeah. Green energy is another name for renewable energy, or energy that doesn't pollute the environment. So, on the contrary, fossil fuels are a form of energy, but you can see our vehicles pollute the environment from the exhaust, the smoke they produce. Things like coal, they actually produce what we call the greenhouse gases. So for these green energy or renewable energy sources, they actually clean energy where they don't have toxic waste. So things like solar, when you're producing your solar is actually environment friendly. When you are using your biogas, actually environment friendly because after using the biogas, the dung can be used as fertilizer, like wind energy. It's just free energy. But compared to the other fossil fuels, there's a lot of pollution that is tied to it. And we actually, some years back then, there was a convention that the whole world came to in agreement that there was global warming. The earth is currently hotter than it is some years back. You know, we are actually the average temperature of the universe is going higher and higher. So people actually agreed that we need to actually control this. And these gases, if you see a good example is when you have your jiko at home, it feels very hot because the smoke traps a lot of heat, creating like a blanket-like effect.
Yes, that is chemistry. That is CO2 that is creating the blankets.
Yeah. So the same happens in our atmosphere, where when we use the fossil fuels, the smoke goes and forms a layer, blanket-like layer, and now globally becomes hotter. You get our deserts will increase, and that is what brings about things we call like climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the climate is the times where it used to rain, it's not raining again, and the times when it was dry, sometimes you get abnormal rains coming. So the climate is changing because now the environment is changing. And why we are promoting green energy is because this green energy will actually contribute to controlling this climate.
Yeah.
We don't want the earth to become hotter than it is right now. Are you feeling the heat?
Yeah, I'm feeling the heat. This conversation is heated.
Yeah, so we don't want the world to become hotter than it is right now.
Yeah.
Let people become hot. Women call themselves hot. Let the universe remain the way it is.
Nowadays we are demure. Yeah, very insightful, not hot. Yeah. We are looking out for the environment too, as ladies. Yeah.
Nice. So no one wants to become hot.
No, it is already hot.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
another thing is that green energy is affordable.
Yeah, correct.
In the long run, it has a return on investment, whereby if I install a solar system here and I have surplus energy, I can sell to my neighbor because the bills that are coming in that will now allow us to be selling our surplus energy. And do you know why I love solars compared to all other energy sources?
No, tell us.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
You're curious to know?
Yeah.
Because solar energy is the only, okay, not the only, but is among the few energy sources that can go from small scale to large scale.
How?
I can install a solar system for my own use, and I can install a solar system as a mini grid for a village to use.
Yeah, correct.
But you can't have hydropower for your own home.
But as a country, okay, this is Kenya. We are depending on geothermal. That is the?
Yeah, geothermal, you see, it comes in bulkness. You cannot, it is hard.
You cannot do it in small scale.
Yeah, it is hard to small scale. But in solar, everyone can have his own system. That's why we are getting national grid failure. Because you're all intertwined in one system. But solar brings about the independency.
Yeah.
Right now we are interdependent, but solar will bring independency, whereby I foresee in future where blackouts will be something of the poor people, or blackouts will be, yeah, you mark my words, because everyone will have a backup power system. Actually, the rich people, those who are well off, are acquiring their solar systems and backup power, so they are not able to realize blackouts as we speak. So many people are now acquiring those systems. So as we go in future, only in the suburbs is where blackouts will be felt.
Okay.
So that's a heads up.
That's to be controversial about it.
Yes.
Is till now I only use electricity while in the city. While I am at home, I don't use electricity.
What do you use?
Solar energy.
Oh.
Yeah. Dependently on solar energy. I believe God gave us something for free. Why are we paying tokens? Yeah, so I agree. By the time we get there, even because you said at the beginning of the conversation that everyone is selling solar energy is also flexible and is also affordable. I believe even no one is poor, they'll be rich. Living above $1 a day. Yeah, at that time. As the evangelist, he will preach over them and they'll get to live above their means. But they'll get to access solar energy because we have radios that are dependable on solar and everything that is dependable on solar. It just makes my innovative mind is starting to misbehave, and I want to ask you, do you think we can create a car that the full body is solar?
Yeah.
Except the tires, or
so
even the tires.
It's a very good question that I get often. Actually, the other day we were launching a solar academy back then, and one of the students asked the same question.
I thought I'm smart.
I think people are so excited they want cars to get away from fuel.
Yeah, because I also feel it's the main source of the greenhouse gases. Because as much as we have industrial use, we see cars moving from urban to rural areas, and regardless of where it is polluting the environment. So that is why me and that student, we are curious, can we just have a car that is fabricated with solar? And this is done.
Yes, we can have that, but not directly. When you envision using solar to drive a vehicle, in your mind you'll think you have to have the panel embedded on the roof of the vehicle.
Okay.
But you can go around it because it will spoil the looks of the vehicle, you know? You want a classy vehicle. You don't want something looking like a box.
No, see, solar can be flexible. It cannot stand bend.
So it will. The solution we have right now currently, because we don't want to compromise now the effectiveness, is that we have charging ports that are solar powered. So instead of your car having a solar panel, because you might want even a convertible,
yes,
or a pickup,
SUV.
SUV, yeah. So you might have very limited space. You have a charging station that is powered fully by solar, charging batteries, and you swap the batteries. You've seen the swap stations.
Yeah, I've seen the swap stations.
That is solar power that is stored in a battery. So you'll just be swapping your batteries, but indirectly using the solar power. So you can say that is a solar-driven vehicle, but indirectly.
Indirectly, it is a solar-driven.
You don't have to see the solar.
What if I'm going to, for example, people from let me say, the indigenous areas, remote areas. I'm going to. I don't want to be specific because I don't know who is watching this video. If I state their location, they might run away. But that location that is in there, let me use my village. You're going to a village like Tongaren. Tongaren is my village. So you're going to that village and there's no a rechargeable spot. You see how convenient having a solar on my car is?
So, actually, the growth of having substations are mostly located in cities.
Yeah.
So we are calling up for investors, or because the government will take time. I don't want to say it will not,
Okay.
but the government will take longer. But when it is privately initiated investors, they can drive the swap stations to even the rural areas or the localities, so that it is not the things that we only experience in Nairobi. So when I have to go to a country, I leave my electric vehicle in Nairobi. I go to my normal.
You use your
Gazla.
buses. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to my Gazla so that I can go up country. So we are looking forward to a future where the investors and the private sector will come into play and promote the establishment of charging stations into the rural diversify. I don't know if how long that will take, but I'm very hopeful.
I have heard you mentioning the government. You have just called the government, the government of our country.
Yeah.
So, how do government policy impact your performance as solar energy in a state? And what changes would you like to see in the sector now that you're in there?
Yeah, as a student of energy, this is a question that I can also tackle fully later after this. But right now, I'm going to just summarize that government can promote green energy, and government can also be a barrier to green energy. Which one should I start with?
Both. Okay, choose. It's a free world. Choose liberal.
Okay, I'll start with the good. Government can promote green energy.
How?
By putting incentives, whereby when you're buying green energy products, for example, the solar, I'll be biased today. For example, the solar.
Someone selling the windmills will really
No, we're not talking about other people here.
Okay.
So they can put incentives on products that are going to promote green energy, such as the solar, the batteries, inverters, and waiver on taxes.
Yeah.
You've seen the solar panels are actually, they're not, the VAT, they're exempted on some taxes, and that promotes, actually, it makes it affordable for people.
Oh, yeah.
Also, we've had this, there's this initiatives that the government does. I think I'll give an example of biogas so that my other counterparts can feel well represented. There's way in the local energy centers. Not many people know about the energy centers, but the one closest serving like Nairobi is a Jamhuri Energy Center, which was actually rebranded into REREC. REREC has actually taken over there.
I've seen REREC, yeah.
Yeah, it has taken over all the energy centers. So they have programs whereby they install biogas plants for people who have cows. And not many people know that.
When someone brings those cows to my home, I will When someone brings of cows, me with you together.
It depends how many cows.
That someone find how many cows.
You just need 2 for biogas. So don't overprice the guy.
I'm
speaking now to the
okay. Sour, it's okay.
So not many people know of these government initiatives, and they actually, sometimes there are a lot of corruption goes into place that not many people know that the government is doing this for people. But if it is genuinely done, you can get biogas installed at your house for free. You'll actually
for free.
Yeah, there's actually, I think it's just some small materials you'll buy here and there, but now the experts will be from the energy center, and you'll experience a huge saving. You see, that is government promoting people to go into green
energy. Yeah.
So on the other hand, government can be a barrier to people going into green energy, whereby you saw last year where the Gen Z, are you Gen Z?
Yes, I am Gen Z.
The Gen Z were eating tear gas.
Don't stereotype us.
The Gen Z were eating tear gas just outside Parliament here because of the finance bill, which one of the clauses was actually tackling the batteries to be the tax of batteries to be actually raised, and the battery is the most expensive component in a solar system.
Yeah.
So if you increase its price,
I don't need a solar.
Yeah,
They
people
can't
won't afford.
Yeah, but yeah.
The price will go up. Even the vendors will not be able to make money out of it because people cannot afford. So businesses might even collapse. Those selling those green energy equipment might collapse, and people will shy away from going into green energy.
Yeah.
So that is one of the ways in which government can be a barrier.
Let's shift our attention from now government and what it's doing best and what it is not doing. All that depends with who is in the government. Let's now get to me and you as a community. How is it important to be engaged and be educated about solar energy, and how is this efficient in now shifting our consumption of energy to green energy?
Yeah, very nice. It's a very good question. It's very important to be educated because I'll give a very basic example. Uh, when you go back to our local villages, a lot of people know about solar systems.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if my mother knows about solar, it means imefika mashinani.
Hey, your mother will hear you. Are you from an African home? Are you serious?
If our parents know about solar, you know our parents. If they know about something, imefika grassroots.
Yeah.
So you'll get people, actually, this is something we've noticed in the rural areas because they don't have a lot of information. You go to the market there, you're buying your nyanya, your tungu, you see someone, local vendor selling solar panels, and the AI chemistry I talked about, green energy, solar, and you want now to buy a solar panel. So this vendor will quickly give you one of the products that is selling with the best margin, making a killing and some profit for himself. You go because you've not sized your whole house, you've not done an energy audit, you've just taken a system that theoretically is supposed to work, but you don't know whether it will work or not. So most of these systems, you get their warranties, they're not very valid, or their warranties is 1 month or 2 months. It shows this person wants to quickly get away from you, and that is actually a red flag. Call it a red flag. The Gen Z call that a red flag.
Very red, turning orange, burning.
Yeah. So you'll get someone, you have these solar lanterns, ama hizi za lipa mdogo mdogo. You buy one, after some time, after you finish paying, it's not functioning here and there, you buy another one, so this person will not experience return on investment because every time he's procuring a new system.
Yeah.
And when we come to your house and we see you have 3 different solar systems, it shows you are guessing, you don't know what you are doing. And that is something the Sustainable Evangelist has actually taken up to actually educate people of how we can get genuine, good quality, and effective solar systems for ourselves. Whereby I think I will say the most, the toughest, the biggest challenge we have right now is we have a market that is flooded with suppliers. I could tell you, if you went to last year's Solar Week, where people were showcasing the solar products here in KICC, was it KICC? You could get over 50 different brands of solar companies, each having inverter panel batteries. So you coming to buy, how will you know you're buying a genuine stuff? How will you know this equipment has been tested? How will you know this warranty is valid? And if I buy this equipment, what guarantees that if I have a problem, these people will be able to service me? So we have a market that is not regulated. I would say not effectively. It is they are trying to regulate, but it's not effectively regulated. Where people are being sold to products that are actually in the pilot programs. products that have not been fully tested, products that are actually still in the research and development, because the investors saw this market, this demand for solar. I think you also want solar, isn't there? It's just,
Yeah, I'm
most of the
sure.
people,
I'm sure in the comment section we are like 100
Yeah.
of us. Me and 100 others.
if we go to a group of 10 people and say, how many people want solar? People raise their hands and just a few
The
don't
car one
want.
though.
Yeah.
The car one.
The one on the car. Yeah. So people want solar. It's just that maybe they are saving up or they are looking for financing for it. So if our people are not educated, number one, they're going to buy substandard products. Number two, they're going to get equipment that is actually in the pilot projects that have not been fully tested. We've seen equipment failing in less than a year. Equipments are failing in people's houses. We've seen some batteries exploding in after installation because people don't know how safe procedures of using batteries. So if we know how to use install and use our batteries the same way that a lot of people know how to mount a TV. These days you don't have to call a specialist. Your brother, your big brother.
Speak for your gender. Speak for your gender, please. Speak for your gender.
These days women are empowered. They are also mounting televisions.
Am I not a woman?
Women are mounting televisions outside there, and actually, I don't know if it is a red flag, but a lot of people know how to operate and maneuver around TVs. So we want to educate the public so that when you are going to buy the system, you have a point of reference. These are the standards I'm looking for. Yes, you have your own standards as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Principles.
The same way when you're going to get a solar system, you need to have standards. That is why we are promoting, preaching about sustainability and educating the public about solar energy.
Yeah, I was just, while you were talking about standards, I was asking myself, well, can I buy a solar again? And what am I looking for? Just quickly, can you tell us what are the checkpoints? What should we be looking for? What are the quality for our field? We say, what are the quality checks that we are looking at?
Yes, actually, that is a very good question, and it will benefit a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
And I encourage them to get a pen and paper at this point.
Yes, grab your pen and paper.
Yeah. So, number one, what shows this equipment is genuine is the warranty.
How long should it be?
You've seen equipment that you buy here in Nyamakima, in which street do they buy a lot of electricity? Luduli.
Yeah.
In all these.
Imports. Nowadays we do Amazon and Alibaba.
Amazon?
Yeah.
Kwani wako wengi huko nje?
We import. Or China.
Yeah.
We import.
So, when you go to a shop and the warranty is 3 months, what guarantees this equipment will go past a year? Nothing. Even the phone we buy, some of them have warranty of 2 years. Yeah?
Yeah.
It shows that this equipment is guaranteed. It will serve more than the 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're buying an equipment, number one, look at the receipt very well. The vendors here in CBD, the receipt down there is written, goods once sold can never be returned.
Yeah.
Have you ever bought something?
Yes.
It shows this equipment they don't have trust in their own equipment. They're just vendors, businessmen making money.
Yeah.
So you have to check the warranty. It should be at least 1 year, but good companies offer 3 to 5 years warranty.
Have you had 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years warranty. Whereby if anything technically goes wrong with the system, with the battery or the inverter, within that 3 years, you're able to get a completely new system, or they'll replace it, and give you back your system without you paying anything.
Mm-hmm.
So warranty is number one. Warranty to 3 to 5 years. There's some companies that actually give 10 years warranty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when you go for the cheap things, you'll get the warranties not there. So when you're going to buy a solar system, don't be driven by the price. Don't go and compare higher. This one is 10 shillings, this one is 20 shillings. Then we go for 10 shillings. There's something hidden between the sleeves. Ask why is this one 20 shillings? Why is this one? There's a client of mine. I won't mention the name. But when I serve this client a quotation, he'll go get 3 quotations and tell me, now, you see, this is your competitor. He has given me this. And I actually, for me, I don't take it like I'm not jealous if my client goes and explores other options.
Okay.
But it shows this person wants to get the best out of it. So I'll unfold each and every quotation for him if the other companies have not. So that when this person is making a decision, which I won't make for him, I won't force him to buy my system. He should make a decision from a point of knowledge.
Yeah.
These 10 shillings that I'm saving, what am I losing? You get it?
Yeah. Compromising.
Yeah. Number 2, there's something we call the when you buy a solar system, don't call your local electrician to come and install. Get a certified technician.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are creating jobs. In this channel, we are creating jobs.
Yeah, maybe your big brother, fixes a lot of bulbs here and there. But the inverters are very sensitive. So you have to install according to the specifications of the manufacturer. So you have to get someone who is genuinely equipped with the knowledge to install so that the warranty is valid. Yeah, there are many more that we can be able to highlight. Personally, you can get me outside there because
Hey, someone has a hook here. So Bonnke is saying we need to look into his profile so that we learn more about solar.
Yeah.
This was quite interesting and I have learned a lot. I am sure anyone watching this video up to this point, they are equipped to buy a solar system tomorrow. For me, I'll take Bonnke with me to that shop. Yeah, so finally, as we come to an end of this amazing conversation around solar energy, I just want to ask for an advice from you. Maybe what will you say to a younger you or to someone who is in their high school and they're trying to find their career path in the renewable energy, and maybe to the consumers out there, what is your advice? What is your advice to a younger you getting into renewable energy?
The younger me, I would say that solar is something you can start early. You don't need a degree. You don't need to wait till you graduate. Even after Form 4 or if you are doing a diploma here and there, you are able to there's some short courses you can do that will give you the necessary skills to dive deep into solar immediately, as soon as you can. So for me, I actually waited till I graduated, but I've realized there are some courses I could have done that would have given me a leverage to pursue solar in my early stages. So you can never regret when you're going into solar. The market of solar is expanding exponentially, as I said. Just as the building industry can never go without clients, for every building in future they will require a solar system. Yeah. So it's a field that will require a lot of solar engineers, and the vendors can come into play. The students can learn about solar. So my last advice to the students is know the Kenyan standards, know the international standards. Don't guess around the installation and jeopardize the client's equipment. So you need to be a competent engineer, you need to be a competent designer when you're going into the field of solar energy. And for the other category of people who are watching and they are interested to get solar systems, you can never regret when you get the solar systems. Number one, they give you return on investment. You're guaranteed 5 years down the line, your equipment will still be serving you if you get a very good brand. Number four, there's resale value. I can install a solar system today. After 1 year, I sell it out because it's still working. The lifetime of a solar panel is actually 25 years. Theoretically, 25 years.
My age.
Yeah. And most of the warranties are actually 10 years, solar panels. So even if you are in a rental place, it is actually, you can actually move with the solar system because it is bolt and nut installation. So those who are in rented facilities, those who are in here in Nairobi, most of us are in rented facilities. So you can even install a solar system, and by the time you're going out, come out with your system to your next house. So you can never regret. I urge everyone to go green, go solar, and follow the Sustainable Evangelist because I'll be educating you guys on TikTok. Sustainable Evangelist, I'm going to be educating you guys more about solar.
Okay.
Subscribe. Follow me.
Okay, follow the sustainable evangelist, and I am the social chemist. I found that name. This was a very nice conversation. I see there are some gaps that we have not covered. Maybe just ask the questions on the comment section. Bonnke will be here to reply. I'll be here to reply, and we'll see if we can do another episode on solar energy in the near future. But for now, this was our conversation for the day. Thank you, Bonnke, for patiently and educating us with a lot of knowledge. I don't think we could thank you any better. And for anyone who is interested in the solar energy, please follow Bonnke on his social media and also on LinkedIn and learn more about solar. This is AI Chemsphere. It was nice having you around as my viewers for the day. Follow us on Instagram at AI Chemsphere KE, on TikTok at AI Chemsphere. Listen to our podcast on Spotify at AI Chemsphere. And on LinkedIn, let us connect on Luhunzu I Valentine. Bye. See you next time.